Marla. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this month's webcast for Association Online. So the purpose of this webcast today is to introduce you to the scheduled payments feature and how it might be used for your association. So the webcast it's not a how-to training session, but an overview of how the module works, how you might use it for further member engagement with your association as well. So if you require more information or details after this webcast, just let us know. Okay, so just contact us. So let's have a look at what we're covering in today's webcast. We'll have a bit of an overview of what scheduled payments is, how it works, why use it. We'll look at some of the membership settings that it impacts, some of the things that you may need to change in your membership settings if you do use scheduled payments and why. Then we'll also look at the credit card expiry feature. Hang on a minute, I've got that in there twice. I think I meant to put that over in the admin management. That's not meant to be there, sorry. Good quality checking, Alison. And then the second part of the webcast, we'll look at admin management. So we'll look at monitoring invoices, what happens when your scheduled payments start coming through, how to edit your scheduled payments manually if you do need to, what happens with failed payments, and we will look at credit card expiry in that section and how to manage those credit cards and update their details. So firstly, what is scheduled payments? It is an option for your members to pay their fees over set periods of time, okay, rather than all at once. It could be monthly or on a quarterly basis. So we have an option to set up one or the other or both and give your members a choice. Do they want to pay on a monthly or a quarterly basis? It also gives them an option to pay via credit card or direct debit. So why should we use it? Now, a number of our members might say, look, I can't afford to pay the full annual fee. Can I pay installments? And a lot of us in these days, we have a lot of options to pay in installments, all our bills, insurances, and all that sort of thing. So why not give your members an option to pay their membership fees in installments as well? So yes, we're providing more options for your members. Okay. You might get more membership retention if you do offer them these options as well. It also means that members can manage their payments too. So they can manage when their payments are going to come out of the system and out of their bank account or their credit card. And I'll explain that further shortly. And it means if you do already offer it, but in a more manual way, it will reduce your admin burden by using the scheduled payments feature in Association Online. So how does it work? First thing we need to do is set up, I put SP, meaning scheduled payments, if you didn't know what that means. We set up the scheduled payment process. I'll explain that in a little more detail. There are also some emails that are automated based on scheduled payment actions. The members can select their payment options. So is it credit card, direct debit, what date of, is it monthly, quarterly payments, what day of the week what day of the month do I want my payments to come out? Members then receive an email and an invoice attached with the details of their payments. The transactions are either paid or failed, depending on the situation. And as administrators, you'd need to monitor those invoices or transactions if they are failed. Let's look at that in more detail. So the setup process would be the administrator. So as the administrators, you guys would edit your membership settings and emails first. Monitor those invoices as they come in and transactions and manage any failed payments. Because if you do have failed payments, it can impact the full payment schedule. So we'll start with the membership settings. When you do have scheduled payments in your system, there are extra statuses in each membership type. So for those that are familiar with the membership type statuses, this is what it would look like in your system. So under each membership type setup, you would see the status options for scheduled payments, which means that you can change, what actions are going to occur based on, and what status will our membership change to based on these actions? So for example, the first status might be it's a new membership and they've chosen to pay with scheduled payments. What would be the status in that case? Could be pending approval and payment. Or what's going to be the status when the first payment schedule is made? It will be pending approval. Or if you don't have an approval process, it might go straight to active. And you have the same situation for the renewal of a membership and an upgraded membership status. In scheduled payments, there's also an extra status field at the bottom called defaulted on scheduled payments. That means if they haven't paid a certain number, I'll explain this in more detail as well, but if they haven't paid a certain number of payments in a set period of time, the schedule will go into default and will stop. It basically stops that payments from coming out. So if they're monthly payments, for monthly payments, they have to miss 3, I think it's a quarter. So a quarter of the monthly payments, so 3 in a row. That works out, doesn't it? My maths isn't great. 12 months by a quarter is 3. That's correct. If it's a quarterly payment, they have to miss the first payment, or the first 2 payments, sorry, or 2 in the middle. So that's how it will work. It will basically say, look, you've missed a quarter of your payments, therefore we're going into default. Okay, so the schedule will stop. So what status will you give them membership? Are you going to continue to keep them as active and they can still get all their membership benefits, or will you change the status? So that's some of the settings you can do. Another setting you can set up for the memberships is to add a scheduled payment admin fee. This is a question that often comes up when we talk about scheduled payments. Can we apply an administration fee? Yes, you can. In each membership type pricing tab, you can go in and apply a scheduled payment admin fee there, just putting in what the price would be. Okay, and that adds it as another line in the invoice as well. The last thing you need to set up when you have scheduled payments is the emails. So just like other emails in your system where you've got membership emails, commerce emails, event emails, the scheduled payment emails there are a number of emails added in the commerce module for you to use. There is an order complete email. So as soon as they've completed their registration for their membership, their membership application or renewal, and made payment or chosen their payment method, okay, the order complete email will send as per normal, but there are some payment scheduled sub templates that are added onto that email. So it explains, okay, you've chosen to pay on scheduled payments. These are the dates and the payments that are coming out. Okay, so it gives them the full information they need on when and how much they're paying. There is an email that could be sent to both the user and the administrator when a scheduled payment is successful, or when a scheduled payment has failed, and we highly recommend that as an administrator you do use that particular email so that you receive an email if any scheduled payment fails and you can follow that up. There's an email if a payment schedule has been completed, and there's also one for incomplete as well. And again, another important email for you as an administrator would be the payment schedules in default. It's been defaulted so that you can action it. But I love this one, credit card expiring soon. There is a trigger in our system that if the credit card is expiring in the next month, it will send an email both to the user and administrator to say, your credit card's about to expire. Contact the administrator to update your credit card details. Okay, so you as the administrator can go in and update those credit card details so that the money is never missed. Hopefully you'll do that before the payment is due. So they're the settings. Once you've set all of that up, and if you do get scheduled payments in your system, we will train you on how to set all of that up as well. But how does it work for the member? So the members can go and choose their payment options when they select scheduled payments in their membership application or renewal time. They can enter their credit card details or choose the bank account information. I'll just go into the website to show you that. So if I'm a new member, I want to come and join up and I'll be an individual member today. I'm going to choose full membership. Now I've got some membership details here, but this particular one has added a note at the bottom. This note is triggered by the scheduled payment admin fee. So it says, if paying by scheduled payments, a $20 administration fee will be added. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with that. I'll sign up and fill in the sign up form and go to the shopping cart. Okay, fill in my billing details. Most of you have already seen this before, but here we go. Now, in my payment methods, I have an option to choose scheduled payments. And it does also tell me a $20 administration fee will be added. Okay, just to remind me again. Awesome. And now when I come to the next screen, here are my options. I can choose to pay on credit card or on bank account. And you can see the fields display differently depending on my choice. Now, if you don't want to offer the bank account direct debit option, you say it's only for credit card payments, that's okay too. We can turn off the bank account option. Scrolling down, we have, so we fill in the credit card details. I'm not going to do that today. It's just an example. And then I have the frequency option as well. Do I want to, I've got yearly in there, but I should just have monthly or quarterly. Do I want to pay monthly or quarterly? And which day do I prefer my payments to come out on? So this day always defaults to today. Okay, so today's the 24th, it will default to today. I've only got a few months in here. I think my membership's only until, what did I just do there? Chose to do something. I could change the date to the 22nd, and it means it's going to go to the 22nd of August, the next month. Okay, or I can choose the 25th, and it will add in tomorrow. You see how it's added July back. Okay, and then spread the payments out accordingly. Okay, that's even. That's worked out evenly. But if you actually look at something, so beneath this, you can see that it tells me the dates, the price I'm going to pay on each of those dates, and the GST applied. Now, if what the system does, it actually pulls out, if it's at say 12 months, so normally you might see 12 months, but this particular membership's only till the 30th of September, so it's coming up, it's only 3-month membership. It's prorated. But if you had a 12 months, it would pull out divide the amount amongst the 12 months, and if there's anything left over, it will apply it to the first month, as in this example here. So if it was paid monthly on the preferred payment day of the 9th, okay, you can see it's divided, it's $8 per month for this particular membership, but $12 on the first month. Okay, so that's how it will work. Now, also it does tell you if this day does not fall in a month, payment will be scheduled for the last day of the month. Okay, because I guess not every month has 29, 30, or 31 days. So that's what the members will do. They'll go through and complete their order. And if it's a credit card, will take out the first payment if they've chosen to pay today. If it's bank account, the money will then be direct debited from their bank account. The order is created. Once they hit submit, they receive an order complete email with the sub-template installment information added to that email. And the invoice is attached with the total cost of the membership fee. Beautiful. So that's all the member needs to worry about unless they have a payment fail. So that's something else they'll need to worry about if that happens. Once the payment schedule has been created, the order is displayed in the commerce section and a payment schedule is created. So you can view all of the payment schedules created through the commerce section. I'll show you that now. We'll go to the admin site under commerce. So we have a section on the left-hand side called payment schedules. I've only got one active schedule in here at the moment. You can filter the list of payment schedules based on the status. If they're active, they're complete. Got some complete ones if they've been disabled, defaulted, haven't got any of those, or cancelled, or all of them. No way that only one came up in all, but that's generally how it works, or from and to the dates that they start or end. So what we can see from this list straight away, the payment schedule list, we've got the name, the order ID it relates to, start date, end date, how many transactions are pending, paid or failed, attempted or unknown, how much is owing out of the total. And there's also listed here an unscheduled amount, which means that we've missed some payments somewhere, so there's some money missing. It's unscheduled. Okay, so you can view or filter the list of the payment schedules created. But not just the payment schedules, you can actually view a full list of all of the transactions, including the status of each transaction as well. So under schedules, we have a list of, hopefully that's not too small, but there's a list of transactions. Okay, I can just might change the date around to put the most recent on top. So we have some options in the transactions as well. We have a toolbar at the top. If I select a transaction, it means I can retry the transaction. I can mark it as direct debit transaction as successful. Yes, we received the money. Or I can mark it as failed. It didn't go through. We can search for a particular transaction. We can search based on the status of the transaction and from and to dates as well. And you can see from the list of transactions, there's been a few missed. There's some failed ones, there's some paid ones, and so on. So that's your job. Once those transactions, those payment schedules are set up, you need to monitor those payments that come through via the transactions section. If you just have credit card payments, there's a lot less requirement on an administrator behalf, because the credit card payments will either be deemed successful or failed automatically. If you have direct debit payments, you need to check against your bank statement and manually mark those orders and transactions as paid or not, successful or not successful. So that's why I was saying it's worthwhile having those admin notifications as well, so you know if a transaction has failed. So as an administrator, when those card payments come through, successful and an email is sent, failed and an email is sent, and you can retry the payment. Maybe there was something wrong with the card at the time, or they were overdrawn or something like that. Okay, so you can retry. And with the direct debit payments, again, as I just mentioned, you mark them as successful or failed using those toolbar icons at the top. Okay, which is just a matter of going, okay, we did receive payment on the 12th of April for payment number 14. I'll just select that one, and you can mark it as successful. Oh, this is already in the past, so I can't do it. It's already been missed, so you'd have to do it down the track, but that's okay. That's why it's well past the date, so it won't work. We would have to go in and retry that particular one. So retrying a transaction means that you can actually click into a payment schedule to retry a failed payment. So try again to pull that money out of the bank account, or try again, to pull that credit card money through. Okay, so you can retry the payment from the transaction list as well. Now, one thing you will need to do as well is check unscheduled amounts, which means that you're on a payment schedule. You need to make sure to maintain the payment schedule and make sure it's complete at the end, that you keep a check on those unscheduled amounts. What creates an unscheduled amount is those missed payments or failed payments. It means that we failed a payment, it's in the past, and there's no setup automatically to recapture that particular payment in the future. It's up to administrators manually to go into the schedule and edit it and regenerate the payments. So this one is an example of a payment schedule. It's a monthly payment. We're still owing $92.50, and the schedule is $92.50 under the order amount. It's actually not scheduled to take out any more of that money. So what I need to do is disable it for editing, and down below you can see the list of payments. Okay. The dates, the amounts, the status of the payments, and I can retry from here. Or I can disable which disable means turning off the schedule, and I can add a new payment manually or generate payments in the future. Okay, and the system automatically regenerates those payments and sets up the dates. Okay, or you can manually do it as well. Once you've done that, you can click on the activate button to reactivate it, and it will be ready to go again. So you're not going to miss out on those unscheduled payments. It's very quick and easy. Disable it, regenerate those payments, and they'll start coming through again, hopefully, and not have an unscheduled amount. That's what I went through just now, how to edit that payment schedule and regenerate the payment button, generate payments button. The other thing is the credit card expiry. Good thing here, as I mentioned, there is an email that can be sent to say your credit card's about to expire. Contact the association to update your credit card information. They can let you know the new credit card details, and you as an administrator can go in and update those details. Okay, so in the payment schedule, you can see you won't see the full card details. That is stored in Secure Pay. Okay, but you have the details there that you can change the payment details and import the new information and save it. I didn't fill in any information. I hit save. That's why it didn't work. But you can update that information there, and it will start pulling out the right information from the credit card, the right amounts from the credit card. So a couple of things to note about Secure Pay. Scheduled payments. We only use Secure Pay to manage scheduled payments in Association Online, so that's the payment gateway. If you have a different payment gateway and you would like to get scheduled payments, we'd need to have a chat with you about that. So the other thing with direct debit, if you do decide you'd like to have the option to direct debit from a bank account, there is a requirement from Secure Pay now. It's fairly recently added, or the last 6 months, that you do need to have a specific letter. Secure Pay have a letter that it's like a terms and conditions letter that you need to get them to fill in when they apply to have their bank account direct debited, and that information needs to go to Secure Pay. It's basically giving you approval to take the money from their bank account. So there's a little bit more of a setup and requirements for those direct debit payments from the bank account, as well as it's a bit more manual for you as well to manually mark off those payments. Okay, so that's really everything I wanted to show you about scheduled payments. Obviously in training, that's a really good overview, but in training you would find out a little bit more about how to use it. So in review, scheduled payments offers members the option to pay fees monthly or quarterly. You can apply administration fee. You can manage transactions manually and make changes. You can update the credit card details, and the emails are auto-generated. Do you want to know more? There is a scheduled payments user guide in our documentation on our support portal, the client support portal. So you will go to the support portal, support.imus.com. You need to be logged in, sign in. If you don't have a sign in, you can, I think there will be in the login area, you'll be able to say, I don't have my password, or request a login. Click on Association Online in the Learn How to Use Our Products area. And under the Association Online User Guides, I will see all 25 articles. And there is a section here on scheduled payments. All right, there's a scheduled payments user guide for you to download. So it's got full information on how to manage those payments, monitor transactions, how to set up your scheduled payments and what your members do and so on. Okay, so have a review of that if you'd like to know more. Otherwise, let us know after if you have any questions or in the survey that Marla will send you or you'll receive after the webcast as well. And we'll get back to you if you do have any queries about that. Our next webcasts are the 28th of August. We're going to look at creating and managing your online forms. I'm not talking about membership or event forms. I'm talking about any other, the forms module under tools. So any other forms you want to create. And the 23rd of October, we're skipping September. It is my holiday time. So the 23rd of October, we'll be looking at email template management as well. So really more in-depth knowledge on those two sections or two features. Beautiful. It's I'm up to questions now. Thanks, Marla.
Thanks, Ali. A few questions already posted. So just a reminder to everyone, if they do have any questions, just open the control panel to the right of the viewer window, type your question in the box provided, and then click on send. We do have some time now to run through a few questions. So I'll go back to the top, Ali, and start with one of our first questions, which was from Emily. She's asking, what is the scheduled payment admin fee per annum or per payment?
I think you mean, maybe I didn't explain the admin fee. It's the admin fee that you can put into the membership setup is your particular administration fee. It's whatever fee you determine it to be. It's your choice as to whether you apply an admin fee or not. It's not a set one from Association Online. That's your fee.
Great.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't explain that clearly.
That's all right. And from Taylor, will there be an option to retry the payments automatically when you were going through the
no, you have, thanks. Yeah, you do need to manually check that button, retry button to be able to retry it. There isn't an automatic retry. So if the credit card doesn't go through the first time, it'll come out as saying schedule payment failed, and you would need to go and click on the retry button.
Okay, and from Taylor again, also when we're updating the card details, most are just changing the expiry date. Can there be an option to simply update the card expiry?
Unfortunately not. You would need to put the full card details in. Yeah, because those fields come up as empty, so because you can't see the old credit card details. So you would need to put the full details in.
Okay, from Dale, is it okay to take two forms of payment for a single annual membership payment, but only credit card for scheduled payments?
Yeah, that's a good question, Dale. I think I know what you mean. Yes, that's correct. Yes, so we can just set up scheduled payments to just be credit card only.
Okay.
Not bank details. Yep.
And from Donna, has the Secure Pay Gateway got another method for members to pay their annual renewal when emails a reminder? Oh, sorry, I'm not sure what Donna's saying. Let me start again. Has Secure Pay Gateway got another method for members to pay their annual renewal when emails a reminder your membership is going to expire, i.e. via Australia Post? Is there another option to remind them, I think is what she's saying? We might have to take that one offline, Donna. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I think it is hard when you use chat to ask questions like that because you kind of want to explain what you mean. Yeah, I think I know. I kind of know what you might be saying, Donna. There are other options to renewal time to remind them that they're due for renewals. Yeah, I think we might take that one offline. I'll send you I'll give you a call or send you an email after this. That's all right, Donna.
Just so everyone, all the chat, the email, the questions are noted, so we can go back over them afterwards if I've read them out incorrectly or we've misinterpreted them. So sorry about that. Emily's just coming back to her question earlier. She understood, but she, however, does it come out just once per payment or a one-off fee?
Oh, it's a one-off fee. The admin fee we're talking about, so you apply the admin fee. It's just a one-off, It's just added. It's added into the total cost and then split up according to the monthly or quarterly payments. Thanks, Emily. Sorry.
Okay. From Taylor, what do you suggest for an association that has so far received 99 failed payments for the month of July so far?
Wow. Maybe review or send out some marketing communication to your members to say, for those that are using scheduled payments. So you might want to review that as to why they're all failing. Is it the credit cards are all expired and no one's updated their card details? We might need to take that one offline too and go, well, what's actually happening there? And why there's so many failing. I've never heard of that, but that's that's a fair bit of work for you then to review.
Okay. From Leah, can members update their own credit card details, or is it only admins?
Only admins at this stage, Leah. I'm not sure if that's on the development roadmap at this point. I know it's been discussed, but I don't know where it is on the roadmap. But only admins Philip, at this point.
Right. Yep, Philip had a similar question about if members can update it themselves, so when it's expiring. So that answers that as well. Belinda says, have a great holiday.
Oh, thanks, Belinda. Need it to get away from this winter.
Yeah. And Jade's question is, we don't have the default status. Do we need to add that in ourselves?
Yeah, you can create the status, and that's something that I would work through with you when we do set it up. Or unless you've already got it scheduled payments and you don't have that, if you would like to have that status, you can go to the membership setup statuses and create that status.
Okay, and just another follow-up from Emily on the membership or members updating their credit cards. Is she correct in understanding that a member has to contact us to stop their scheduled payments? I.e., they can't do it themselves? Is that correct?
Correct. Okay. Yes. Yeah, and you can disable or cancel the scheduled payment as well.
All right. And Lisa had a couple of queries regarding her use of it, so we'll take that offline. Lisa, thank you for your feedback. We'll pass that on. So I think that's all the questions for now, so we might wrap it up early. It's an early leave pass for everyone today on the webcast. So as Ali mentioned, the next webcast is the 28th of August. We'll send you out an email regarding that shortly so you can register for it. And as Ali also mentioned, when you disconnect from the webcast today, there's a little survey that'll pop up that asks you just a few quick questions about the webcast. So feel free to give us your feedback there. So thank you very much for your feedback on that. And that's just, and just a reminder that our webcasts are recorded and available on the ASI YouTube channel or through the client support portal under videos. So that concludes our webcast for today. Thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to speaking with you again on the 28th of August. Goodbye for now.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.